Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Shemot with the Great Millstone Cleveland branch. I want to start off, of course, giving our honor, praise, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, rule well, teach well. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in, listening, and learning. Getting this edification from several brothers that's doing this ministry from the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And just getting right into it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, and verse 7. It says, what then? Let's start at verse 6. It says, and if, I'm going to get a little bit more. Verse 4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Right, so the Lord got a remnant, right? Let me get this word reserved. It says Strong's G 2641, Kadal Ipo. It says to leave behind, to depart from leave, to be left. Right, so the Lord has left back a certain amount of men on the earth, whom eventually he's going to deliver, and set up to be joint heirs with the Yahweh Shai in the upcoming kingdom. So the Lord left us, right? Well, he's still with us. What the scriptures say, where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. So it's the spirit, it's still, Yahweh means everything. His spirit is in everything. And Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us. But so that means that he's going to come back. It says to bid one to remain, right? We are required to remain, Should say, I'm going to go back to this. Actually, let me finish this, right? Because we have to remain. The scripture say, let no man take thy crown, right? It says, let me finish this. To forsake, leave to oneself a person or thing by ceasing to care for it. To abandon, leave it, and lurk. To be abandoned, forsaken. To cause to be left over, to reserve, to leave remaining. Right, so we are the remaining, It says, like our leave behind, it is used of one who, on being called away, cannot take another with him, especially of the dying to leave behind. That's pretty much it on that. Verse 5, it says, let me finish verse 4. It says, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. All right, election, go back to the word elect, to choose, It says of grace, right? He has chose who is going to receive this grace and mercy. And this is the Lord's grace period, but eventually he's going to cut it off, and it's only going to be left to those that, are of the remnant. It says, verse 6, and if by grace, then is it no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. And by works, it means the work of the law. 100%, which we can't do in this flesh. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So Israel ain't obtained this, not the full Israel. But once again, the Lord got a remnant, a portion of Israel who he has preserved. It says, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right, what is it? It's truth, This mercy and grace, man. The comfort, the spirit of the testimony of prophecy. Right? All of these things, the gift. Right? This is on the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh, by Shemel Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right? So, what's the third part? The 1/3 of the nation of Israel. That's who's gonna, partake with the inheritance on the first go around with Yahushua. But the 2/3, they're gonna have to get it afterwards, coming out of the loins of all the elect men. Because it's gonna be a lot of popping going on. It's gonna be a lot of reproducing in the kingdom. The scriptures say, "Be fruitful and multiply." We not really allowed to live that type of lifestyle in Esau's kingdom. He doesn't really allow that. You got abortions going on a high level in this time. You can't you can it's common. I'll just say it's rare. I mean, it's not rare. I'll say he doesn't want you to deal with multiple women. And he gave that mindset to the women of this nation. It just causes us to be less fruitful, man. And so is the earth. It's less fruitful. That's how Esau is. He's the cancer of the earth. Whatever he touches, whatever he puts his hands on, whatever he can get his philosophy on, he's going to cause it to diminish in some type of way. That's just his spirit. That's the spirit the Lord gave to him. It says, we're in more time, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right? So the third part is what's going to remain. But once again, eventually, you're going to have all of the rest of Israel that's going to come back into the fold. This is the book of Romans chapter 11, verse 26. "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer." Right. Who was the deliverer? Yahushua. That's literally what his name means. He delivers. "And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob." Right. So Jacob, Israel, ain't going to be in wickedness no more. It's going to be turned away from him. We're going to have the laws in our inward parts. And the twinkling of an eye. That's talking about the elect. But the Lord is going to turn ungodliness away from Jacob, period. All of Israel. Like we just read it. They all going to be saved. The last enemy that shall be defeated is death. You 2/3, y'all ain't going to be able to die either. Now, y'all is going to be living with a lot of regret, for not, getting with the Lord while it was time to, and waiting to the last minute, so you can get judged. It says, "And shall turn away ungodly from Jacob." Let me see. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7. Because we're talking about that 1/3, right? This book of Revelation, chapter 7, and verse 4. It says, "And I heard the number of them that were sealed, and there were sealed 140 and 4,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." Right, so 144,000 men going to be saved, man. It says, verse 5, and I ain't gonna read all of them. Basically, it says, "Of the tribe of Judah, we're sealed 12,000. And it goes on to literally every tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel, how that 12,000 men are going to be delivered, from every tribe, man. From Judah to Ephraim, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, going to be delivered. But you're also going to have women and children that's going to be saved as well, getting on them chariots. Right? It says, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with the white robes," white symbolic for pure, "and psalms in their hand." All right. And this is going to be the greatest deliverance that ever happened. And it's going to be a great ceremony being with Yahweh Shai while we getting crowned with those men. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 16, verse 4. "Lift up thine eyes round about, and see all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from afar, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side." Right? So this is the reward. Having a family that's actually right. Your daughter and your family is going to be upright. It says, "Nurse at thy side." Everybody's going to be back right. It says, "Then thou shalt see and flow together." Right. We ain't flowing together as a people right now. That's talking about this is going to be that in the kingdom. It says, "And thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee." Right, so we're going to take the riches of these of the other nations back, and all people is going to flow unto us, man. Really, we'll start with Yahweh Shai, the King. But I'm gonna, for the sake of time, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna make a part 2. Lord's willing, this was edifying to an elect member of the Wadi. I wish I'm sure for giving me the lesson. Till next time, I say shalom, Quran, Shalom.